record the lecture. So welcome guys. In this particular video, I'm going to teach you what exactly midpoint theorem and converse midpoint theorem and uske and intercept theorem, as well as I'm going to try and give you the proof for midpoint theorem. So this is what the content of this particular video. So watch it till the end and enjoy it. Okay. So before going ahead, many people ask me the doubt. So we get very confused. What is midpoint theorem and what is a converse of midpoint theorem? And many people also ask me, there is one more doubt, sir, which is first side in this triangle and which is the second side of this triangle? We get really confused because हमारे statement में लिखा गया है कि like this a line segment passing through the midpoint of the first side parallel to the second side. So we don't understand what is the first side and what is second side. So let me tell you students, good news is there is nothing called as first side, there is nothing called as second side, and there is nothing called as third side. So we just imagine this is as a first side, this is as a second side, or this is as a second side, and this would be the remaining side. Please understand that. So ऐसे हो सकता है कि ऐसे वाला triangle है, and this would be considered as first side. So the line segment passing to the midpoint of the first side, it is parallel to the second side. So we consider that this is second side. And then in that case, it bisects the third side. I hope everyone's doubt has been cleared by now, isn't it? So in that case, this would be considered as third side. ऐसे हो सकता है कि like this is a triangle है, and a line is passing to the midpoint of the first side, and it is parallel to the second side. So it is parallel to the second side. So it will going to bisect the third side. इसको बोलते हैं converse of midpoint theorem. जिसको बोलते हैं converse of midpoint theorem. जिसका abbreviation is CMPT. So some teachers don't allow this abbreviation. So in that case, you'll have to write it on converse of midpoint theorem. वो सब पूरा लिखना पड़ेगा. But अगर आपके school teacher allow करते हैं CMPT लिखना, you can write it on this. I hope you understood that. Let's move ahead. One second. Before that, if you could draw this diagram and if you could write it down very carefully in your book, that would be nice. So guys, it's time to see the proof for midpoint theorem. Okay. So what exactly is midpoint theorem? Let me repeat once again. If triangle ABC, in triangle ABC, D is a midpoint of AB and E is a midpoint of AC, then we say, okay, so what is given? Let's write down. In triangle ABC, if AD is equals to BD is equals to AB upon 2 and AE is equals to EC is equals to AC upon 2, then to prove that, what do we prove that? We have to prove that DE is half BC or DE is parallel to BC. ये हमको prove करना है कि like this is half of BC. So for this, students will have to do some construction. What do we do? We have to do some construction. So what construction will do, students? Let's see. So I will extend this side up to, let's say, F, such that CF is parallel to BD. Okay. So what we're doing constructing? We're constructing CF parallel to BD. We're constructing CF is parallel to BD and produce DE to F and produce DE to F. Okay. Or you can say join EF. ऐसे भी बोल सकते हैं. So this is how we will do construction. And now students understand, if these two lines, like let's say AB is parallel to CF, what can we say about these two triangles? Understand. Let's see these two triangles. Okay. So suppose if I'll join these like this, okay, we will choose two triangles. Let's say this is a triangle. Let's say this is one triangle. And let's say this is second triangle. Okay, now these two triangles are congruent, by the way. Now, how will prove these two triangles are congruent? Let me teach you. Look at this. We have been already given AE is equal to EC. That is a one component. Now, to prove the two triangles are congruent, we need minimum three components. So let's figure it out. What are the other two components? So this angle is equal to this angle, isn't it? Why? Because vertically opposite angle. And then this angle is equal to this angle. Why? Because they are alternate angles. They are alternate angles. They are alternate angles, isn't it? So if these two angles are equal and these two angles are equal and this side is equal to this side, then these two triangles are congruent by AS A test, isn't it? Once we prove these two triangles are congruent by ASA test, we say that DF is equals to EF. We also say that once we prove these two sides are equal, we also say that AD is equal to CF. Why? AD is equal to CF? Because AD is equal to CF because they are corresponding parts of congruent triangles are congruent. But we know that AD is equals to BD and AD is equal to CF. So BD is equal to CF and BD is parallel to CF. So we've just learned if one pair of the opposite side is equal and that is parallel, then that quadrilateral BDF, okay, BCFD would be called as a parallelogram, isn't it? If BCFD is a parallelogram, then the opposite sides would be parallel. That means D would be parallel to BC. Simple. And so if we'll prove D is parallel to BC, that is one part is done. And we also said that DF has to be equals to BC because one pair of the opposite sides of the parallelograms are equal. But DE and EFs are equal. CP, CTC, corresponding parts of the congruent triangles are congruent. So DE is equal to EF. DE is equal to EF is equal to half of DF. So DE is half of DF. So DE is, I'll repeat, so DE is half of DF. So if DE is half of DF, but DF and BC are equal, so DE is half of BC. That's our second part. And hence done. Have you all understood? Hope so you have understood this. No worries in case if you have not understood, stay tuned. We will going to write it down this shortly. So guys, we'll start the proof, what I just now explained to you all, to write it down, or we have to figure this out, how to write all these things, whatever I just now explained to you all, isn't it? So see, we will write exactly in the same order the way I explained to you all. Okay, so how I started, we first of all chose these two triangles, isn't it? So we will write it down in triangles AED and triangle CEF. See, understand guys, whenever I'm choosing the triangle names, I'm choosing that corresponding vertices also, isn't it? A is congruent to C, E is congruent to E, and D will become congruent to F. So like that way. So please choose like that way your proofs. Okay, so in triangle ADE and triangle, look at this, A, okay, अगर मैंने ADE बोला तो यहाँ पर बोलेंगे CFE and triangle CFE. What is there in these two triangles? ASA test. So I'll write it on the proof for ASA. ASA. So first reason was these two angles are congruent because vertically opposite angles. So which are the two vertically opposite angles? AED is equal to CEF. So angle AED is equals to angle CEF because vertically opposite angles are congruent. Student, please write it down all the reasons very carefully, because if you write wrong reasons, you get wrong marks. Then we got AE is equal to CE. It was given. AE is equal to CE, isn't it? AE is equal to CE. It is given. Or some people can write E is a midpoint of side AC. And then the third reason was angle A is congruent to angle C. But we cannot write angle A. We have to write angle DAE is equal to FCE. Because these two lines are parallel, so they become Z angle. So we call it alternate angles are equal. I hope everyone understands what is alternate angles, isn't it? So angle DAE is congruent to angle FCE. Why FC? I hope you understood this. FCE, because alternate angles are equal. Once you'll prove this, therefore triangle ADE is congruent. ADE is congruent to triangle CFE by ASA test or postulates of congruency. Once you prove the two triangles are congruent, remember students, whenever the two triangles are congruent, once you prove these two triangles are congruent by ASA test, their remaining sides or the remaining parts also become congruent. Means what? Means DE will become congruent to EF, means DE is equals to EF. Also AD will be congruent to CF. AD is congruent to CF. Why? CPCTC. इसका full form है corresponding parts of congruent triangles are congruent. If your school teacher does not allow you these abbreviations, you will have to write it on everything. Corresponding parts of congruent triangles are congruent. I hope you are understanding, student. Now, once you prove this, it's very important to understand this. We know that AD is equals to BD. Why? Because D was a midpoint. But AD was equals to BD. And we just now said AD is equal to CF. So what we understand from these two statements? AD is equals to CF and AD is equal to BD. Therefore, BD is equal to CF. BD is equals to CF. And BD is parallel to CF. This is by construction, isn't it? हमने construction किया था. That BD, let's construct parallel to CF. If one pair of the opposite side is equal and parallel, that means in quadrilateral, therefore in quadrilateral BCFD, दिख रहा है BCFD? देखो BCFD में what we could see? We could see that BD is equal to CF and BD is parallel to CF. So we will copy it and paste it. In quadrilateral this, if BD is equal to CF and BD is parallel to CF, that implies, what does that implies? That implies quadrilateral BCFD is a parallelogram. Reason? If one pair of the opposite side is equal and parallel, then that quadrilateral is parallelogram. Now student, understand, if you prove this is a parallelogram, what BCFD is a parallelogram अगर हमने prove किया, then we say that DF is equal to BC, because opposite sides of the parallel sides has to be equal, has to be, very good. BC and DF has to be equal, as well as they will going to be parallel. Therefore what we can say, BC is equals to DF and BC would be parallel. BC would be parallel to DF, isn't it? Now understand student, there is one more thing over here to notice. ये DF क्या है बच्चों? देखो DF is DE plus EF, isn't it? But DE is equals to EF. देखो यहाँ पर अभी भी हमने प्रूव किया था. देखो DE is equal to EF from CPCDC, isn't it? So if DE is equal to EF, that means this is half of DF. DE is half of DF. DE is half of DF, isn't it? DE is half of DF, but DF is equal to BC. So we got it. DE is half of BC because DF and BC are equal. You understood? That way we proved DE is half of BC. And we also got over here BC is parallel to DF. Therefore, DE is also parallel to BC, isn't it? And hence proved. Hence proved. That's it. I hope you understood this. Okay. If you have not understood, you can ask me in the comment box immediately. Thank you. Thank you for watching this, and stay tuned. In my next video, I will go to explain you how to do sums based on midpoint theorem. Okay. Till then, see you.